Hello, guys, and welcome to our preview of the UEFA Champions League final 2019 Liverpool v Spurs, which is on Saturday. Now, we were going to do it tomorrow, but we both might not be available, so we decided to do it today. Yes.
We've had the Europa League final.
We have, yes, which ended in a powerful Chelsea win.
You might not want to, if you're thinking of me asking questions for Piers Morgan tomorrow, you might get a sweary or get, in Clarkson's words, punched.
Well, yes. Yes. Now, of course, I want to also try bring you some transfer news. So I've got the Sky Sports Transfer Centre, and we may have news because Sarri's going in for a meeting with the Chelsea directors and stuff. And it looks like Hazard. It could be bye-bye Eden Hazard in the Premier League because it looks like, well, of course, the two clubs have got to agree on a transfer fee, but it looks like it's inevitable. He will leave Chelsea after 7 years' service, and it looks like he'll be heading off to Real Madrid. So good luck to him on that one. But of course, I won't miss him because it means United won't have to play against him anymore. So, yes. Well, I didn't watch it. I listened to it on the radio, and the commentary was absolutely fantastic. Andy Townsend, Lee Dixon, and Alan Pardew. I think Lee Dixon was there. I'm not quite sure, but the commentary was absolutely great. And what a game! I mean, Mesut Ozil. I mean, this has to be added insult to injury. He was taken off. And Joe Willock, a youngster, was put on. I think Ozil's future might be in doubt because Emery doesn't seem to really trust him in the big games, really, and he never seems to turn up in the big games at all. He steps up in the little teams, but never in the big games.
I thought Arsenal were absolutely dire.
I'm sure a lot of people did, but some people will say Chelsea was just the better team, but Arsenal was still okay. But
we don't particularly know, do we?
Well, no, because we didn't watch it. So Gary Cahill has said he believes he can still play for a Premier League team because his contract with Chelsea expires this summer. So where will he be going? And Sergio Ramos, I think he's the Spain captain and Real Madrid player, he wants to go to China. In fact, he asked Florentino Perez, the president of Real Madrid, to let him go on a free transfer. But of course, as Real Madrid his captain, he is captain of Real Madrid. They wouldn't to lose him free. But I do think there's a danger because if they do deny Ramos a transfer, he is one of the most powerful players, in the dressing room. So that could escalate into trouble. And we know what Ramos is like. He is a troublemaker, practically. I can't stand him. So I'd be glad to see him go to China. But Ramos is a very powerful person, and if they don't accept the transfer, then this could all go terribly, horribly for Real Madrid, and they could be in a mess. Now
It could be, but it's highly unlikely.
Well, no, you see, I can see him going because he had a fallout with Perez because he was blamed. Ramos got a yellow card, which meant he was suspended for the second half of Ajax v Real Madrid. Now, Ramos thought, oh, yes, we're going to win. So the yellow cards will be erased by if they go through. The yellow cards will be erased, and there'll be no match suspension. But the 5 yellow cards that you get will basically be erased. But it horribly went wrong. Perez has apparently blamed Ramos for a bit of that, and they've fallen out. And I think this could just get very messy indeed. I'm also looking at some transfer rumors here, and Romelu Lukaku apparently could be joining Inter Milan. Well, if he does go to Inter Milan, good riddance. He's not good enough for United, so get out of the club. We need to get someone that plays in the big games and the small teams, like Harry Kane, but of course they're not going to get him. We've been in dream world wanting Harry Kane. Andy Carroll and Samir Nasri have left West Ham along with goalkeeper Adrian. So their contracts have not been renewed. West Ham apparently want Andre Gomez, the Barcelona midfielder who's on loan at Everton, but I don't think he'll go to West Ham. I think he'll probably want to stay at Everton if he does leave permanently. Mangala, who's become a bit of a forgotten man at Manchester City, could return to Porto on a free transfer. See, I don't rate Mangala very well at all. I don't think he would even make the bench for me.
No, I don't.
So if I was a City fan, I wouldn't miss Mangala at all. And because he's not been playing the majority of with Pep, I don't think he'd be missed, really.
What do you think about the Champions League final? Because that's...
Oh, yes, you're right.
I think it's going to be... Good Morning Britain were previewing it this morning, and basically...
Yes.
It'll be Charles, and I can't wait for it.
Well, I think that I think it'll be an interesting game, and I'm just wondering whether I do watch it or don't watch it. Whether I listen to it.
I'm not going to watch it because there's an IndyCar race on at that time.
Oh, for goodness' sake, Marcus! Look, you support Liverpool, don't you?
Yeah, but I've got it on record.
Then why do you not watch their matches?
Because the last time I watched the match was in a major final, was the League Cup final where we nearly lost.
So you're not playing them just because of an old match, which...
And it's not just goes down to football, it goes down to other sports as well, tennis and cricket. If we watch, we jinx.
But why don't you record?
When me and my mum watches and we watch, we lose.
Why don't you watch the final live and then record the IndyCar? Surely.
I'm watching motor racing on Sunday evening, and it's the MotoGP.
Okay, but can I just remind you here? We haven't had 2 English clubs in the Champions League for goodness knows how long. So
2008, 11 years.
Since 2008, and a team that you support, and yet you are still shifting that to second place and watching motor racing.
Yeah, but I do think Liverpool are going to smash Spurs on... Is it because there's that Channel 4 documentary looking at both managers on 10 o'clock tonight?
Yes, but I mean, it's hard for me to conceive in my head, that...
What can you see happening on Saturday night?
On Saturday night, I do think Liverpool will win. Harry Kane apparently has been doing very well in training. I mean, he's arrived at the team hotel. Whether
Who
he's...
can you see winning?
I would probably go for Liverpool, I think. Just because for Liverpool, the one thing that edges them is squad depth. They've got like
and managerial experience.
well, yes, but squad depth is.
Well, I'm just somebody meant basically. You know what? I was listening to Glenn Hoddle.
Yes.
On BT talk because they were previewing it, and he's like, one thing that will haunt Spurs is 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
When they lost to Leicester.
What?
In the Premier League. Will they be, or he feels like that will still hold them into the, that is the weakness that they'll try, that they have. They haven't been able to recover.
Well,
he feels like they haven't been able to regain momentum on a title or Champions League push, and it might cost them on Saturday evening.
Well,
surely something that happened 3 years ago and a big embarrassment.
Well, I mean,
yes, I was a bit. You know what I mean about Glenn Hoddle's comments.
Oh well, Hoddle, I mean, doesn't necessarily say. It's a very negative pundit. Tends to be.
What do you think? Do you think it will haunt them? What happened in the Premier League 3 years ago?
No. Because as a football club, you can't afford to be haunted by a game in the past. You've got to get on that pitch and focus on the match at present.
Bad things and defeats that happened because of.
But I do think Barcelona might be mental. There's some of them said they were mentally scarred from the Roma comeback, and then when they saw the Liverpool goal came in, they got maybe flashbacks to that. But I mean, as a team, you can't be haunted by a result, because if you are, you're going to get thrashed as well. You've got to get on that pitch and you've got to put all your concentration, do the best you can, try a good few passes, make those deadly runs in the pitch.
Do you think Spurs can do that?
I think Spurs will certainly play well. I think Lucas Moura, who sent them through. I mean, it'd be crazy not for him to not start. I mean, ideally, I would like more Ericsson, Ali.
Yeah, I'm reading here: last-minute agony, penalty heartache, keeper errors, and Klopp. How Klopp lost 6 finals in a row.
Oh, what, from my screen?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Although, obviously, people on YouTube can't see this because they can only see the Skype.
That can't happen again, can it, on some Saturday evening?
No. I think Klopp has got a squad, and like I said, squad depth. This is what Liverpool edge over Tottenham. They have Shaqiri, they have Sturridge, Mane, Firmino, if he's fit, Salah, Origi. You know, there's so much depth there. Spurs don't really have that much depth, and I think that's how Liverpool could really edge them. I think to win the Champions League, and that's why I'm going to say Liverpool. I think I'm backing Klopp and Liverpool to win. But it's definitely not going to be a thrashing like Chelsea did to Arsenal, because both defenses are pretty good. Well, I mean, Spurs, compared to Liverpool, their defense is not exactly great, but they're certainly not as bad as Arsenal's defense. So yeah, I think it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be uh I I think it's definitely gonna be Liverpool winning. I think because of their squad depth, and I think that yeah. So I think Liverpool will win. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Liverpool.
You do. I actually think it's gonna be like that Tottenham v not Ajax, like the Tottenham v Manchester City. It's gonna be goals, goals, goals. But I think eventually Liverpool will win. So yeah. So that's what I think. Middlesbrough have let John Obi Mikel, Chelsea veteran, and Stuart Downing. They have left. Aston Villa want to sign Joe Lolly from Nottingham Forest. Villa want to sign Tyrone Mings on a permanent deal, I think. Yeah. And Jack Grealish looks like he'll be saying, "Oh, can we say congratulations to Aston Villa?" Uh, yes, in fact, although Ashley Young angered a lot of people with his tweet on Twitter, he was congratulating Aston Villa, and he angered a lot of fans because, of course, Ashley Young used to play for Villa. I think. Did he used to play for Aston Villa? Yes, he did. So he said this tweet, congratulating his former club, but this is what some of the fans are saying. Well, yes, basically. So yeah. So here's the tweet. You can't really see it, obviously, due to copyright. We won't.
Congratulations, good to see you back in the Premier League.
Yes. And then
what was the comment sections like?
Yes, can you return there, please? Said one supporter. While another added, you're free to go back, pal. Go and retire at Aston Villa, please. And one fan did not hold back in their response. They bluntly said, leave my club. United, please send him back, one Twitter user. Back. And a final supporter took the opportunity to mock Young's footballing ability. I'm surprised you found Aston Villa on here and not missed. The world of Twitter making some brilliant tweets.
What do you think about Ashley Young?
I think, well, the thing is, Ashley Young, he's had a good season. I mean, when Luke Shaw, for the past few seasons, Luke Shaw hasn't had such a good season. Of course, this season he's been solid. So Young has played at left back and right back, and I think he's done the majority well. However, the last few games of this season, he went completely off the boil. He declined severely, and I'm hoping Young shouldn't be playing for United. I know he's a good player, but he should not be starting because of his age, because there should be better players than him. So, but they can't rely on Young. And I'm really hoping that he's not starting next season because, well, because he should not be starting. There should be better players than him. To rely on him and have him in the starting 11 is an embarrassment. It is, as a United fan. And there's actually rumours that Ashley Young could be perhaps going to DC United, actually, to join Wayne Rooney. But I think Young could actually I think that
United.
Yes. The MLS are basically a retirement home for footballers, basically.
Yeah, the United States of America.
Yes. So I think Young, I can see it. I can see him going to a US, but I think that maybe maybe Young will leave. Who knows?
I need young blood. Well, what does it say? Let me read it. Go up. You need young blood. Fans fuming as Ashley Young set to be named as England as United captain next season.
Yes. However, though, if he's having a reduced role and not playing every week, that's good. They're gently phasing him out, and Ferguson was a master at this, phasing players out. Now, Young, if he doesn't play very much, then that, because he signed a 1-year contract extension in February, so yeah, so I think that would be very good. And look, they're complaining that he could be a captain, but Young is one of the remaining veterans at United now, because blimey, Ramos is going to call a press conference today at 4:30. So we were saying about Ramos, weren't we? So maybe it could be that maybe he's either wanted to be asked to be stripped of his captaincy so he could leave, which is what I actually thought, because I get it, they could let him leave for free because he was their captain. However, this is my theory, things have gone to boiling point, and Perez is fed up of seeing Ramos's face, and Ramos's face is fed up of seeing Perez, that they basically decided it's time for them to part ways, basically. So, well, that'd be very interesting. So, what's your thought on this, Marcus? Ramos calling, a press conference. I mean, it'll be very interesting.
To announce his retirement.
Marcus, no, he's not going to retire. He's either going to join the Chinese Super League, or or it will just be very, very, very interesting. So we shall see. But what's your thoughts on this, Marcus?
I think he'll move to China.
So you think he will move to China because you think that it's basically him and the president are basically that it's just become too much and he's gone. And I mean, the reason why Ramos couldn't move on a free transfer, why Perez said no, is actually Chinese clubs can't pay the fee really, because they have to. There's a transfer
Embargo.
No, there's a transfer tax basically. I'll get this. I'll get this. I'll get this up. And right. So. Right. Yes. Okay. Right. This should tell us. Right. Yes. So basically, this is the quote that Perez told the radio station. Ramos and his agent came to see me in my office and told me they had a very good offer from China, but the league rules over there wouldn't permit them to pay the transfer fee. So basically, what the fudge was that?
That was my mum's door. The door going.
Oh, okay. Yes. So
Yeah. So what can you see happening in a few days?
I think that I think it will be Liverpool winning, and but I think it'll be like the Manchester City and Tottenham game. There'll be goals between them, and but I do think Liverpool will eventually.
Yeah,
So this is the transfer tax. So this basically the Chinese government took action and basically so new rules governing overseas players appear to have dented. So basically okay, so yes. So, however, new rules governing overseas players appear to have dented the imposition of a 100% transfer tax for overseas players, which the Chinese FA proposes to use to help the nation develop football at youth level, has led to a slowing down. So basically, they only have to. They're only allowed 3 players from overseas, basically.
Yeah, I know.
So they have to develop young players, and they have to play young players in their starting 11. However, managers have got round that because they can take the young player off, and Charlie Nicholas has said to Sky Sports that they should get rid of the Arsenal defenders, basically. So yes. Right, so that will be that'll be very interesting. So we will find out what this press conference is about. Maybe. Oh, it's very interesting. I mean, because obviously it's dangerous for Madrid to reject this, and if this drags on, this could be toxic, basically. So my advice would be that Ramos sell Ramos and they'll be able to fund a move for Hazard as well. Now they've apparently actually agreed a fee with Chelsea 115 million. Yes, and the deal could apparently be announced. It's rumored to be announced on Monday, so we shall see. I mean, if that did turn out to be Eden Hazard's final,
when it's gossip, not exclusive.
No, which is what I've said to you about Katie McGlynn. Don't trust what the papers say.
Yes. Yes, don't trust the paper. Maybe we should just a little bit.
No, don't trust the papers. Anyway, so
when it comes to stuff like this, and it's all over the place over the summer, isn't it?
What, the transfers? Yes. So yeah, Hazard. If that was his final appearance, he would have finished with 21 goals and 60 appearances for Chelsea. So not a bad way to. But it's a shame he didn't get a hat trick. I mean, Arsenal fans will be glad he didn't get a hat trick. But yeah. Now I'll tell you what I'm going to have a go here. This is an Arsenal poll of who should stay and who should go. Now, obviously, look, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but there's some players that I'm a fan of at Arsenal. And yeah, so Bernard Leno, stay. I think he's a good goalkeeper. David Ospina, I think he's all right. Stay. Kolasinac, go. Monreal, stay. Oh, go. No hesitation there because of his injuries. Go, definitely. He should be off to China. It's a 34-year-old. Stephen Leitsteiner. Carl Jenkinson.
Can I just say Piers Morgan on Twitter had a go at Olivier Giroud last night?
Oh, yes, well, because he's a former Arsenal player, he's probably still bitter about him.
Right, Ozil, get warmed up. You're coming off.
What do you mean?
Oh, Piers Morgan also said last night during the game, right? Time to sell Ozil. In fact, tonight would be good.
Yes. Carl Jenkinson probably stay.
Right.
Yes. I can't stand Ozil. His attitude is dreadful. He never turns up in the big games. If United were offered the chance to sign Ozil, I'd rather sign a piece of chicken than Ozil. Go. No, actually, stay. Go. Stay. Go. Stay. Go. Go. Callum Chambers. Go.
Piers Morgan said after the game, Arsenal's dismal choke in the past few weeks has been utterly pathetic, and we need to have a big summer in the transfer market.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, that is true.
We're saying that United and Arsenal both need a big summer in the transfer market.
They certainly do.
Yeah, and probably Arsenal will have a board that will be willing to spend, unlike United, who have a board who are willing to.
Yes.
Mr. Ozil, get rid of him.
Oh yeah, no hesitation there. Whoa, 88% have said for Ozil to go. Eddie, he seems quite a talented youngster. I've seen him and he seems really good. So of course, stay. And Willock apparently. Somebody tweeted actually that Willock did more than Ozil did in his entire time on the pitch. So that's an insult to Ozil, saying a youngster did better than him, basically. Definitely stay.
Lord Sugar basically rubbed it into Piers Morgan about.
Oh yes, they're old foes.
I'll be feeling a lot better when Liverpool stuff you on Saturday.
Yes. Okay. And right. So let's just check. So Aubameyang, I've gone for stay. Lacazette, stay. Emil Rose-Smith, stay. Joe Willock, stay. Eddie Nketiah, stay. Mesut Ozil, go. Alex Iwobi, go. Henrik Mkhitaryan, stay. Granit Xhaka, stay. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, stay. Lucas Torreira, stay. Guendouzi, stay. Mohamed Elneny, stay. Mustafi, go. Socrates, go. Koscielny, go. Rob Holding, stay. Callum Chambers, go. Mavropanos, go. Carl Jenkinson, stay. Stephen Leitsteiner, go. Hector Bellerin, go. Nacho Monreal, stay. Snade Kolasinac, go. David Ospina, go. And Bernard Leno, go. So, yeah, quite a few. Definitely Mesut Ozil, I would have no hesitation to sell.
Would you like to see him at Manchester United.
Oh, certainly not. No.
You do realise Ed Woodward wants them.
No, he doesn't. Stop making fake news, as the president said. There's been no rumours. There's been no news. Fake news. Fake news, everybody.
What have you done this summer?
What do you mean? What have we done
United
this summer?
done this summer?
We signed Alexis Sanchez. We signed Diogo Dalot. Oh no, we didn't sign Sanchez. That was the summer before, actually.
What have you done so far this transfer window?
It hasn't opened yet. Well, I mean, it has opened, but look, Marcus, it's early on in the transfer window. There's no rush to do business. Solskjaer can go on holiday.
Solskjaer goes on holiday, right?
Yes.
7 reasons why Prem will miss Hazard.
Oh yes, let's look at that. So yeah, Sergio Ramos will.
This is the last thing we'll look at before we go.
Yes. Quality on the ball. That is true. He is a very, very good footballer. Buns of steel. Oh, yes. Making Francis look like a cock. Francis Coquelin. Yes. So that's very clever how they did that then. Cheeky winks. So stiff upper lip. Win at all costs. This is a picture of when Swansea City. This is from the 2013 League Cup, and Hazard. This is sort of fair game to tackle.
When Swansea destroyed Chelsea.
The Swansea ball boy, basically. He tackled him, basically.
Yeah, when Swansea beat them.
Yes.
To the League Cup win.
Yes. That was when Jose Mourinho was. Oh, no, sorry. No, that wasn't Jose. I don't know. Happy feet. It's no surprise that Hazard is a good dancer. With its tricky feet, the players never shied away from strutting his stuff, and fans have been wowed by his moves a number of times. Where before the 2016 clash with Southampton during club photo shoots, all to dismiss doubts over his fitness, Hazard never needs excuse to crack a move. And this is a comment. Hazard's leave will be very emotional for Chelsea fans like me. There'll be lots of Chelsea fans crying, I think, when the news eventually does come out that he is officially signing for Real Madrid. I mean, of course, it still might not happen. I mean, we don't know until officially it's said. So yeah, so we've got the Champions League final tomorrow. Nations League on June the 5th and 6th. No, June the 6th. Or is it 5th? Never mind. So yeah. All right, guys. I think we're going to leave it there.
Yes, we are.
So thanks for watching. I will try and get Football Manager 2019 soon. I'm aiming it to get it by June. So we shall see.
You mean you're going out shopping tomorrow?
No, but I will tell you where I'm going off camera. Right. If you want to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Laddie Boy YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.